I've been on this diet for 1 year now. I was a stupid vegan before, and it's definitely taken me back to life. I gained 30 kilos back, and yeah, I feel pretty good. I was a bit worried that I would die, but I'm still alive, so that's nice. Things are improving, and I hope it continues, but let's see long term.
On the carnivore diet for 7 months. It's been amazing. It's like, because previously I was vegan for 2 years and vegetarian for many years, 14, 15. Getting pretty weak really, you know, sort of some kind of atrophy. I could feel was getting very light and bony, and immediately after eating the first piece of meat I felt a surge of energy, and it got better and better. My digestion kind of evened out. Arthritis. I had arthritis in my right knee and in my heel, and that's completely gone. And mental clarity and the feeling of ease and just general happiness. So it's been amazing, and there's still a long way to go. I mean, I know that. It's a long journey, but it's all positive and it's getting better and better.
I'm eating raw since like half a year, I guess. Not 100%, but like 95%. And of course better digestion, I felt a lot. And just being much more focused and centered, and yeah, a little bit more calm, like grounded, I think. Some physical changes I noticed about myself, like my skin got better and stuff. And yeah, it's the shit.
So about 1.5 years, close to 2 years, I've been doing it. You know, ups and downs, right? Dedication, kind of maybe go off it a little bit, but I've been trying to make my baseline primal. Well, I'll start with Gattis's quote that was probably one of the triggers that helped me gain the confidence to move in this direction and not be a fruitarian or a vegan. And that was, you never know how good you're supposed to feel if you've never felt it. And so when I heard that, it just clicked in my head. I don't know how to explain it. So I grew up on the standard American diet as an American, you know, ate McDonald's and all that stuff. And in my 30s, and I was a chronic drinker, right? Don't tell my mom. But every time I ate, I felt as if I was killing myself, right? That I was getting sicker and sicker. And I almost started not wanting to eat because every time I eat, I would feel sick, right? And literally the thought, the feeling or the emotion I had was that I was literally killing myself. And then as soon as I ate the raw meat, that was the change, because for the first time I felt like I was nourishing my body and making me strong. So that alone was enough to convert me beyond the mental blocks that I might have to eat that way. You know, if I was to talk to somebody off the street, oh, why do you do that? Because I feel like it nourishes me and makes me strong. And as a man with a family, 3 kids and a wife, I can think of no greater thing than to be a strong man for those that you love. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Seeing as I almost died beforehand, a lot of stuff changed. Obviously I had no energy, nothing. More energy than ever in my life. More strength than ever in my life. The best sleeps of my life. Best digestion of my life, which is really important. You eat raw meat, you eat 1 kilogram too. It just goes through you, you don't feel it. It's the perfect food. I never experienced it in my life. It was always bloating and gas all of my life, from grains, vegetables, and whatever. The fiber is indigestible. So just having this perfect digestion, not having any stomach issues, is really one of the best things. But the best thing overall is just being happy and really enjoying life so much. Like I see it with a lot of people here. You're probably never gonna meet any more people in the same room, house like it is here. Especially Dio, I can tell that he's a bit different, but you can also tell that he gets it with the raw meat.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are really just maybe content and just really alive. Like, it's just a bunch of alive people. It's really great to be around, and these meetings are just wonderful. Yeah, so that's how I feel too, just living in the moment and not thinking about the future like I maybe used to. I don't know anymore. or the past, regretting stuff. Just really being here, appreciating life right now. You would think that diet has nothing to do with it, but it absolutely does. Once your gut is fixed, your brain will be fixed, and your whole outlook on life will be completely different. So this is the number one thing that I really appreciate about eating our natural diet. It's just being happy like humans are supposed to. Like Dia was talking about, the kid-like state, which people just lose by eating shit. This is what you can get back when you eat naturally. Otherwise, just a lot of problems. I've had skin problems and such, like everybody who eats a shit diet. Just a lot of little stuff. All of that went away. Just
Cool,
really
man.
cool.
I've been vegan for like a year and vegetarian even longer, and I've been experimenting with the raw carnivore diet for 7 months, and I've been pretty strict on it and experienced several health benefits, and of course perfect digestion, but like the biggest benefits were just the difference in feeling you experience, like feeling happy, strong, you know, and it's really worth it. Every time you try different foods again, you immediately, or that's what I experienced so far, crave the raw foods, because it's just such a benefit in happiness and strength. Yeah, and I'm curious to see where it's going.
I'm Mike from England. I've been a raw carnivore since about October. The benefits that I've experienced on the diet is really good digestion, sleep. I found myself needing less sleep, 6 hours, and I usually sleep really good and really intense, and quite often have good intense dreams as well. So sleep has been another. Energy, found myself being able to do intense periods of really long walks and really high intense exercise for quite some time.
I've been in the raw diet meat for 7 months, and it's like everything in my life. It's like confidence, it's happiness, not worrying about anything. For me, it's everything. I'm happy with life now, and I just want to keep living like this until I die, basically. So for me, it's everything. It's huge. You have to try it.
I've had better regulation of anxiety, better regulation of temperature, better digestion, better sleep at night, easier to wake up in the morning, and yeah, it's the shit, basically. It's what you want to do in life.
And how long you been doing it?
Really seriously for 7 months, like 100%. Yeah.
So I went on carnivore diet 11 months ago because I had during 4 years 2 autoimmune diseases. The first one was rosacea. My face was covered with dots and redness. And as well I had an autoimmune disease. It was called lichen planus. It was many dots on my belly. So I was struggling, I was suffering, I would flare up. And I tried myself to heal myself with fruits, with the Dr. Morse,
Yeah.
It was not working. It was worse. I make some fasting to heal myself. I was getting worse. I got my weight around 53 kilos, and now I am 63. I heard so many experience from people that they were successful with this diet. So I jump into it, and now I am completely healed. I gain muscle, my skin is clear, I don't have flare up anymore. I am again I can live again like normal, because it was very difficult for me when they say I was 40 and they told me that I am going to, because this autoimmune disease, there is no medicine for that, there is only antibiotics. So I was like stuck, and now I'm completely free of medicine, and I can enjoy my life again. And the benefit, it's incredible. The skin is changing, everything. You feel more stronger. You have your mentally cognitive capability that they are perfect. You are very aware. You can have concentration. So it's like what I told to all the people. If you discover this carnivore diet, it's like winning the lottery. It's the same because it's going to heal you, and it's perfect.
I've been raw carnivore for a year, with some cheating in between. But still, it did a lot of good to me, especially the raw milk. Digestion, and for me, I finally gained a lot of weight after I was even more skinny than I am now. So it was like the only thing that helped me gain weight. Yeah. That's it pretty much.
That's it, yeah?
I need less sleep as well.
Yeah. Cool.
Good shit, man.
Cool, man.
Like, would never go back.
Yeah.
For me, it's the healer of the nation.
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed improvement in my skin, of course, so it's no longer dry when I wake up. I don't have much red dots or irritation around my skin and nose. Rosacea is gone, almost. If you look closely, maybe you can see the very tiny bit here. I used to have it full.
Benefits is lots of energy for sure. Even if I don't train a lot, I don't exercise a lot, I'm above the average easily. I'm eating raw meats for a year now, let's say 70% raw meat. I started with raw beef, the tartare obviously, then some veal liver first. And then chicken, more recently.
Yeah.
Fishes, of course, all the sushi, stuff like that. I loved it for years now. And benefits, eh?
Yeah.
Benefits, well, look at. Can you guess my age? No, you know my age, right?
I do, it's
Okay,
quite
let's
impressive
ask them
actually.
how old I am in the comments.
How old do you think he is?
Who will win?
Just over a month, 2 months, I don't know, a few months more or less. Since like discovering spherage, like I know my skin is still not that great, but for years now I've been like struggling with acne and stuff like that. But if you knew me before, you'd know that my skin was way worse than this. So over time, it's not even not really even a matter of eating that much raw meat, but I've been getting more aware of, kind of more conscious about what I'm putting into my mouth, like every day, and all the like how harmful it is, especially like grains, all this stuff, vegetables. I've just been like cutting down on that. I eat barely any seeds anymore, and that's, I think, really has helped over time. And I pretty much feel better for it, for sure.
I've been on the raw carnivore diet for a year and a half, and what I've noticed was more mental clarity, and also in the morning when I wake up, I don't have shits around in my eyes. I used to have a lot of that, and also it's not hard to wake up in the morning compared to when I used to eat carbs and shit, basically. And also I sleep deeper.
I've been raw carnivore for 6 months, and I had some serious digestive issues that immediately began clearing up. My digestion felt settled from almost the first day, eating mainly meat. And my sleeping is better. All my life I had severe insomnia. Now I'm much more just synchronized with the sun. My teeth are feeling better because they were beginning to rot without the right nutrients. My skin is better. I had issues on my skin. And like many people have mentioned, just general happiness and well-being. Little aches and pains, and I'm much more confident. I wasn't even going out the house. I was very unsociable. So yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's almost unfathomable, the change. And yeah, I could never go back.
Yeah, I've been on raw carnivore for I think almost a year now. And yeah, basically why I got to this diet is I had a lot of gut issues, constipation, diarrhea, just feeling nauseous all the time. It was progressively getting worse, And with keto already I had some like less issues anyway with that. But with carnivore, first of all, like the digestive issues almost completely gone, really. But also, what I didn't realize, I had a lot of like psychological issues connected to my gut. Like I was really depressed sometimes, or just no energy, and like social anxiety, almost paranoia sometimes. It was really bad. But with carnivore, it kind of, yeah, it just slowly went away. Got more confident. Other things like my skin got just better, feels better. I had like burst lips a lot of times from the cold. I don't have that anymore.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just happier.
Great, that's
it's
it,
great,
man.
yeah.
Well, I started 1.5 years ago by eating like supermarket organic ground beef, and like the first 4 days, I got like a lot of diarrhea and just weird stool in general. And then like for months I felt like felt like really good. Like I woke up earlier, I had more energy, could think straight, like clear, and for long periods of time. Usually I would have to take a break and to focus and stuff. But then, like for me personally, then it got worse because my body started detoxing like a lot of toxicity. So that now I feel like I don't get those pros that I just summed up. I don't get them now. But the detox is like just I never got that. Like I felt so alive when shit just gets out of your body just reacts to the raw meat and you feel so alive and everything's changing in you. You feel it you feel it everywhere. It's just the best feeling ever. Like it's real food. Every time you eat something else, you just crave the real raw meat.
It's been nearly 2 years, and but I start with cooked meat, and sometimes I still cook my meat, but only rare meat. I start with the blood and the high meat since February, and digestion improves, and yeah, I saw different good stuff. Health improved. Now it's when I don't eat right food, I don't feel good. Like if I eat starch, especially, and gluten, of course.
I've been on this diet for 1.5 years. So before I started this diet, I was very sort of green and pale. My skin looked really like aged, really bad, as if I've aged a couple of years. So I'd say about half a year into this diet, my skin started to look younger, as if I'm 15 years old again. My eyes changed. The white around my eyes got sort of better, more clear. My eyes also got better. They just look healthier, more blue. Like I used to be really depressed and mentally ill, and now I'm much less mentally ill than I was before. And yeah, it's very good. I think my gut is much stronger. For the first time in my life, I'm actually being able to gain weight. I was pretty much malnourished for my whole life, almost underweight. So now I'm actually making small progress. Last year I was 56 kilograms. Very, very underweight. Managed to get up to 58 by the end of the year. Was struggling to maintain at 58. Now I can go up to basically 60 kilos, pretty much. My jaw, I noticed, I'm not sure if it's true, but it seems to have gotten a bit wider. My teeth were very crowded. Now they're getting wider. I feel the best I've ever felt when I eat this way, Any sort of back pain I had before or pain in my body subsided completely.
Let's just try it for fun.
Wait, just let me put on my shirt. I'm not a fucking porn model. Please.
I thought you were, man.
You said you fucked 2 meals.
Yeah, like we heard a lot of stuff by now. Like
I did though.
Maybe you're like Ron Jeremy.
Because it was very difficult. I remember the first time I got a New York strip. Man, it took me. I cut it up in little pieces to swallow, and gagging on it, and it was very difficult to put it down. And that's probably because I had taken it out of the fridge and the fat was really dry, and you can't swallow dry fat. Good luck with that. I just didn't know the techniques to make it more palatable. Like if you take it out and let it come up to room temperature for about 5 or 6 hours, then the fat becomes kind of melted almost, or liquid, like it adds moisture to it, and then it tastes much better and it just goes right down. So
for that, I went to psychologists and stuff for this, like depression and anxiety stuff, but they couldn't really go to the source of it.
Perceive things in a better way than I used to, and she's coming behind like like he was like.
It was annoying, mate.
And well, since the raw meat, I can even eat some meat I didn't like before. Some meat I used to cook, for example, chicken breast. Now it's 10 times better when you eat it raw. And I'm alright, guys. I'm still alive.
Because it's too dry. Normally,
yeah, when you cook it, it's dry. You have to put wine.
Yeah.
You have to make those sauces. When raw, you just eat it like this, and it's delicious. You know. So benefits also in the digestion. I have. It's more difficult for me to digest cooked meat than raw meat, for sure.
So.
Yeah, even though it's bloody, etc., I don't mind the aspect. But it's something you get over it easily.
Okay. Yeah, so what do you want to ask me?
Like, how long have you been on this freaking diet?
It's been about...
What have you felt from it?
It's been about 1.5 years.
You know you're doing good for you and for the environment and yeah, everything around you when you eat this way and
Alright, man.
No, seriously.
You're not gonna ask it, or?
Yeah, say it again.
I've been on this diet for 1.5 years. Yeah, what else?